Hi, my name is Karina and today I will be presenting our research proposal which is on regulating the rights of sellers on online shopping or e-commerce platforms in Malaysia. E-commerce forms a business model that allows the person doing business through electronic network. However, the main issue is that the rights of sellers tend to be violated. There are insufficient legislation in protecting and regulating online sellers' rights as the laws in Malaysia primarily focus on safeguarding the rights of consumers and not sellers.
After discussions, our groups have come up with three main problem statements for this research. Firstly, even though protection is afforded to online consumers under various pieces of legislation, it does not comprehensively deal with adequate and sufficient protections for online business after analyzing several provisions such as Consumer Protection Act 1999, Consumer Protections Electronic Transactions Regulations 2012, Sales of Goods Act 1957, and Personal Data Protection Act 2010. Secondly, the rights of consumers are safeguarded with some legislations such as Consumer Protection Act 1999, but the problem arises whether the same protections were also given to the sellers to safeguard their right. Thirdly, according to a data research carried out by Ethos Insights, there are currently 7.9 million online retailers in the world in the year of 2021. The huge numbers of online sellers has indicated that the protection of the rights of the sellers is very crucial. Therefore, our concern would be how the third parties can play a vital role to protect the right of sellers to ensure their business can carry out smoothly. With the problem statements that we have mentioned just now, we have established three research questions. First, are there any specific laws regulating online shopping in Malaysia? Second, is the current law in Malaysia sufficient to safeguard the right of online sellers? Third, what are the roles of third parties in protecting e-commerce sellers' rights? Therefore, it is clear that there are three objectives for this research, which aims to comprehend the sellers about their rights as well as the law that protects their rights as sellers in e-commerce platforms, emphasize the obligations of the buyers and the roles of the third parties in assuring the sellers' rights in the online trade markets, and seeks to provide an overview of the law that protects parties that are involved in e-commerce.
Greetings, my name is Akash Singh and my metric number is 281417. So our research is significant and is able to provide a large contribution to the world of academia because our research is something new, in the sense that we are now focused on regulating the rights of e-sellers instead of regulating the rights of e-consumers, in which many studies have been conducted before. So in today's day and age of the pandemic and COVID-19, most people resort to online shopping as their primary platform in order to conduct their sales as well as to buy their products. So because of the fact that there is less interaction, more complexities are involved, and due to the fact that there is no direct communication, there are many issues that arise from that. So this research will be able to show clearly the inadequacy of laws in Malaysia which are available to regulate the rights of sellers on e-commerce platforms, and we will also be able to provide improvements and suggestions as to how these laws can be improved. So this is important because we see a potential whereby online shopping is growing in Malaysia, the trend is going upwards, and this research will be able to provide lots of suggestions in order to better protect the sellers, in order to safeguard their rights and to regulate the rights of e-sellers. So due to this research, we'll be able to not only aid them, but we'll be able to grow the industry of online shopping and e-commerce.
Three methods are used in gathering data. First, key informants were interviewed in a semi-structured interview conducted via phone calls using narrative analysis. The sample size involves 3 business lawyers who are more familiar with business laws. The snowball sampling method was used. Qualitative analysis was used when conducting the survey, which was most convenient when involving 30 sellers on online shopping platforms, which was selected using the purposive sampling method. Library-based research was used to obtain both primary and secondary data. Quality analysis was used when referring to the materials obtained. The study aims to investigate the regulations of the rights of sellers only on online shopping platforms. It is focused on the geographical location of Malaysia. Laws from other countries with the same legal framework as Malaysia may be referred to. The study will be conducted for the duration of 3 months. The individuals involved in the study are 3 advocates and solicitors in the business field and 30 e-commerce sellers.
So through these slides, we're able to gain a little bit of insight as to what kind of references we've been using. So we've not only used journal articles, but we've also used things like books, statutory provisions, as well as websites. So this enables us to cover more ground in our research. And we've also come to realize that not many studies have been conducted prior to this in order to safeguard the rights of e-sellers. Most of them have been focused on consumers or e-consumers. So we have extracted what we possibly can, and we've also gotten many different kinds of resources in order to back up these claims. So next up for our literature review, upon going through many different materials and sources, we have decided to take the thematic approach in which we will be addressing each issue one by one according to their category and their theme. So we start off with the introduction to online sellers and e-commerce platforms. In this part, we will introduce and define what exactly they are, provide a little bit of a background, as well as jump into the relevant statutes that are involved in this research. And then we go on next to number 2, which is discussing the rights of sellers. So here we will establish what laws already exist to protect sellers. Moving on to number 3, which is the rights of consumers versus rights of sellers. So here we make a comparison to show clearly and illustrate the gap that exists in the inadequacy in Malaysian laws to provide for the sellers instead of the consumers. And then we go on to the 4th one, which is ways for third parties to safeguard the rights of e-commerce sellers. So third parties as in the platforms that these e-commerce sellers transact through and make their sales. And lastly, we go into the improvements to the protection in rights of sellers of e-commerce platforms. This is where we finally answer the question based on sources and materials that we have already researched to provide more improvements in order to protect the rights of e-sellers before finally concluding our literature review. Now I'd like to talk about the chapterization of our research. So we've already arranged the research in a very logical sequence in order to enable a more systematic and step-by-step research process by our researcher. Chapter 1 will be talking about our introduction. This will be divided into 3 subtopics. The first one will be online sellers, e-commerce platforms, and e-consumers. So this will be giving you a little bit of context, a little bit of background information before jumping into 1.2, which is the issue of insufficient laws to safeguard the rights of online sellers on e-commerce platforms. Moving on to 1.3, which are the relevant statutes to be analyzed. So this will actually provide all the statutes first before we go into chapter 2, which is the regulatory framework to protect online sales. So under this chapter will be 2.1 and 2.2. 2.1 will be talking about laws to regulate the rights of sellers, and 2.2 will then be establishing the insufficiency of existing laws to protect sellers. So under chapter 3, we will be talking about the rights of sellers versus the rights of consumers. So here we will see not only the similarities, but also the disparities between the rights of these two parties. Moving on to chapter 4, which is our presentation of data. So under this section, we'll be presenting our qualitative data from the interview that we're going to conduct, as well as the quantitative data from the survey we're going to conduct. Moving on to chapter 5. So this will talk about the role of third parties in safeguarding the rights of e-commerce sellers. So we're going to establish the background of third parties in 5.1, and then move on to the suggestions of how we are going to safeguard the rights of e-commerce sellers in 5.2. And finally, under chapter 6, we move on to improvements in regulating the online shopping atmosphere in favor of sellers and online businesses. So these improvements will be suggestions that we gain based on our research, which will then divide into subtopics, and it will be a more consistent and more arranged chapterization process. So to conclude, we hope that our research proposal has provided you with an insight as to what our research will entail. We truly believe that the law is supposed to be equal for all parties, and that is not going to be the case if one party has the upper hand over another as far as the law is concerned. So we truly hope that the rights of sellers will be regulated through our research. Thank you very much.